Hi, I'm Kane Chandler, and on today's episode of the Booth Review, we have a special guest with us.
Hey everyone, I'm Noah. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
All right, and we'll get right into the Week 16 primetime predictions. On Thursday, we have Saints at Rams. I do believe that both of these teams are competing for a playoff spot. The Saints competing for first in their division, obviously. The Rams have been playing some good football, but they've just been losing to some good teams. I don't know. I think this game is going to be pretty close. It's going to come down to the Saints' defense because sometimes the defense has looked very good, but other times it has looked lackluster. I believe the Saints are going to lose this one 17-24. Other than that, it's also going to depend on Matthew Stafford a lot.
I'm going to have to disagree here. Despite the game being played at SoFi Stadium, this is a home game for the Saints. The Saints typically show up on prime time.
Yes.
It may not be as close as people think, but I still think it's going to be 28-24 Saints. Both teams competing for that last playoff spot. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be fun.
All right, well, on to our Saturday night primetime game. Bills-Chargers, we're just going to fly by this one. After the Chargers let up 63 points to Aiden O'Connell and the Raiders and are still without Herbert, and they're just a dysfunctional team at this point. Josh Allen and the Bills should absolutely run through this team. It should not be a close game. Josh Allen should put up at least 40 points in this situation. There's no reason for this game to be close, and I'm hoping it's not.
I'm going 31-10. Kyle Allen will be in the game at some point, whether it's in the first quarter or the fourth quarter. He will be in the game, and the Bills are going to win this one very comfortably.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. All right, on to our next game is going to be Cowboys at Dolphins. Both of these teams coming off, the Dolphins coming off a good win against the Jets. The Cowboys coming off just a devastating loss to the Bills. Both of these teams, while they seem to be good, it seems both of these teams love beating up on teams with losing records, but then sometimes struggle to teams with winning records. Dolphins still have yet to beat a team with a winning record. I think the defense is going to be a big part because we know both of these offenses have been very, very good. But when it comes to the defenses and who's going to win them that game, I think the Cowboys are going to edge out that Dolphins defense. And I think the Cowboys are going to take this home 31-21.
This game should be high scoring. I think the outcome of this game depends on Tyreek Hill's status and availability. If Tyreek Hill plays, I can see the Dolphins pulling this one out. But if not, the Cowboys have a couple good corners. They got some elite. They're missing Trevon Diggs, but that shouldn't be an issue. If Tyreek plays, the Dolphins should win. I'm going 31-28. If not, if Tyreek is inactive, then the Cowboys should win this one.
Yeah, that's great analysis. Now on to our Sunday night game. We have the Patriots at Broncos. This game, it's not a game you're looking forward to. It's a game you just hope is over with quickly. Both teams are fairly similar, where the offenses have looked very bad and the defenses have looked bad, but there have been some times where the defenses have stepped up and have absolutely won these teams' games. Obviously, the Patriots way less than the Broncos. The Broncos are looking for a playoff spot in this matchup. I think they're only a few games behind the Chiefs, and beating a team like the Patriots, even though they're bad, this team has scraped wins off of good teams, including the Bills. But based on how this Patriots offense has been playing, I think they're only going to put up 14 points. I think the Broncos are going to put up at least 21, 24.
I sort of agree. I think the score is going to be 17-14 Broncos. This game should not be scored. 40 points should not be scored over. Do not place the over on this game.
Yeah.
Please place under. Broncos, I think both quarterbacks are going to throw an interception, but I think the Broncos are just going to, as you said, scrape one out with their defense. I don't expect Bailey Zappi to do much at Mile High.
Yeah. God forbid Mac Jones comes in. And then our last game of the week, and my personal choice for game of the week is Ravens at 49ers. This game has Super Bowl implications. Both of these teams sitting atop their conference pretty much. This is going to be a huge game for MVP voting between Lamar and Brock Purdy, along with who gets a bye week. I don't know, both of these defenses have been playing elite. Both of the offenses have been playing elite. I think the 49ers definitely have more weapons on offense and defense. There's going to be a lot of key matchups in this game, like Ronnie Stanley against Nick Bosa, Deebo Samuel versus Marlon Humphrey, and even like Christian McCaffrey versus Roquan Smith. And, there's a lot of superstars going up against other stars in this matchup, and I really hope this is going to be one of the best games we see this year.
This game is Brock Purdy's to lose. He's facing all these allegations on whether he's a system quarterback, whether he's not the guy in San Francisco, and this is a perfect game to beat those allegations. You've got a primetime home game against the best team in the AFC.
Yeah.
You've got some injuries on the Ravens, not too impacting.
Not major ones, no.
I think the Niners are going to squeeze this one out 27-21.
27-21. This game's going to be tough to decide.
The 49ers' run defense is so good, and the Ravens rely on a lot of short passes and run plays. They have so many running backs they can switch in and out of the lineup.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not the 49ers can stop the run at the beginning of the game.
Now, it's not my opinion, but Brock Purdy does currently lead the league in MVP odds after Dak Prescott's loss to the Bills. I think this game is going to be I really hope it's going to be a good one. It's tough. I think I have the Ravens just barely losing by probably, a game-winning touchdown or a final drive touchdown. I just think this 49ers defense is going to make the final play of the game to give them the win.
Couldn't agree more here. Christian McCaffrey, he's going to feast. I don't care who's on him. The Ravens receiving core is not great. 49ers defensive backs are great, so it comes down to Christian McCaffrey and whether or not they can get those end arounds with Deebo Samuel or those screen passes throughout the game. And if they can get their offense rolling early, then they shouldn't have an issue. They should be ahead most of the game.
Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Booth Review. Can't wait for next episode. We'll see who got all their predictions right, and we'll have a reward for one of our studio members who gets the most predictions right and has the closest score. Thank you so much. This has been the Booth Review. I'm Kane Chandler.
I'm Noah Robertson. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.